There might not have been a Pro Tour event, but we still have plenty of disc golf to cover. What's up, degenerates? It's the disc golf world. I'm Jefferson. Alongside me, the one with all the holes in his game, Swiss Cheese. This being a week off from the DGPT, professionals scattered trying to find the tournament that can make them the most money. The top three being Go Throw's second stop of the year, the forgotten Jonesboro, and the first Q Series of the season at Texas State's. Don't worry if you didn't hear about any of that, because we're still waiting for most of the coverage. Shout out to Go Throw for being the best at what they do and getting coverage out for the people. I'm looking at you too, Ace Run. We don't have time to delay our coverage, so if you're still living in 2006 avoiding spoilers, you might want to click off the video now because we have major things to discuss. Jonesboro may have been kicked off the pro scene, but that didn't stop them from still pulling a good field to compete. They even spiced it up with changing to a 2-day tournament playing 27 holes a day. Sounds cool, and something that isn't too unfamiliar for disc golf tournaments across the country. However, it did cause for some debate. I'll let Swiss talk about that one for you.
Kristin, we're now calling her Latt instead of Lott. Winning Jonesboro isn't the storyline to come out of the weekend, nor was it the 23-stroke margin of victory either, no matter how hugely impressively staggering that number is. But Latt's domination on the Jonesboro track has expanded for multiple years, winning now 3 of the 4 times she has entered, all by wide margins no less. In fact, her lowest victory was only by 9 strokes. Her entering with such a limited field, a victory like this one should have been expected. Yet what comes out of this dominating win for her now 100th PDGA event victory, mind you, was also her setting a new record for the highest average rated disc golf for a tournament, edging out Owen Scoggins' 1029 rated 2024 Open at Austin performance. Kristin edged that by 1.5 points with a 1030.5. Just call it 1031 rated weekend. The interesting difference between the two, Owen's being a 3-day event while Kristin's was only a 2. I'm getting it out of the way now. Yes, the same amount of holes, as Jonesboro was 27 holes for each round. But it's still a difficult comparison. Does Kristin now carry the record? Yes. Does it deserve an asterisk? No, not at all. But does it still seem a little weird for a record-shattering victory? Oddly for the person on this side of the mic? Yes. And look, despite me randomly speaking about this topic for a minute or so longer, only for this record to ultimately have about the same amount of shelf life as Owen's record did. Funny enough, most likely broken by Kristin herself yet again anyways. Putting all that aside, carrying a performance and rating over a 3-day event is more difficult than doing the same over 2 days, no matter if the same amount of holes were played. Sure, the round and a half, or what was allegedly a 4.5-hour round, does sound more physically taxing. That and Disc Side of Heaven is a fairly long course, and that's without the additional 9 holes. However, for me, the mentality to carry that high level of a performance over 3 days with far more variables in weather, sleep, and other conditions is a more difficult accomplishment. And that's without discussing the field or event size being a factor whatsoever. And for the others of you that haven't allowed to get roped into this debate or conversation arc, yeah, maybe we just stretch this out a little for a title and a thumbnail. Still one hell of a performance that needed mentioning, because even with coverage, still might not garner the views that this performance deserves.
Keep your eyes peeled for the coverage whenever that's available. For now, let's check out the Persimmon Ridge Championship, an event that I've been looking forward to since staying on the property last year. You can even see the minivan in the background right there in the intro. I want to give mad props to the beginning sequence of the Front 9 Day 1 coverage for setting the scene of the course and highlighting the owners who I can say from experience want to do anything in their power to show disc golfers the best time possible. If you haven't already, go check that out. And if you want more, see the press conference we did last season. My only critique would be I wish this was a separate video and longer. I feel like the Go Throw brand is exposing the scene to awesome courses, people, experiences, and showcasing those in a short documentary style videos could lay the foundation for the tour for years to come. They're already making moves in the right direction with Prodigy officially becoming the main sponsor. Honestly, I'm just surprised that wasn't announced earlier. When their #1 ambassador is doing something cool, might as well throw your logo everywhere you can. especially with all the negative PR they've received. This is a good way to support not only your players, but also the sport. Glad to see the move from Prodigy, as long as they're giving more than just a collab disc. And they better not stop calling out disc names or I'll be pissed. The coverage is already out, so make sure to tune into not only the Go Throw channel, but Ace Run for the bonus content. There, you can even get exclusive Gannon Burr Calvin Heimberg duo in the booth. I hope unique players commentating becomes a staple for future events. Personally, never was a huge fan of post coverage, but the one thing back in the day that would help me is when random people would jump in to commentate. The excitement I would get when Paul McBeth would join Jamie Thomas was unmatched. Mostly because then I knew I was going to at least finish the video. I really do think this is a good way to share more players' personalities that allows them to shine without putting much effort in on their side. This used to be so much more common before commentary teams were well established. Another opportunity to relate to fans is possibly the UDisc rating. There is significantly more people using UDisc than those that have a PDGA rating, so might as well lean into that. I heard on coverage Luke Humphreys mentioning the UDisc rating system was good. Now, when was the last time you heard that about ratings? Probably since pre-Brody Smith era. Totally could just be saying that to show some love to their supporters, but like I was alluding to, more fans can relate this back to their game to keep them interested. Probably not, but hey, totally possible. What I truly think could create better fandom is a way to track scores. If you don't know, there is so much more to this tour than just playing and winning. There is an ongoing point system that can be earned through eagles, aces, and other opportunities. However, from my research, there is no way to track these points. There is a leaderboard on their website, but for me, it doesn't work. I hope this is just a glitch on my end, but from the multiple devices I tried, not so confident. But imagine this, instead of hoping people jump off YouTube to check the website after watching the winner of the event, what if us at the Disc Golf World was given the information that they want the fans to know, such as the leaderboard or whatever else, and then on Monday, when we already were going to recap the tournament, we can better inform the fans that want to follow along. Feels really weird to create this secondary point system if there isn't going to be a way to track and follow along. Just an idea. To be fair, this is going to be my opinion for just about anything in disc golf because from what I see, fans want to be more invested, but there isn't a way to do that. If we were able to break down the mass information in a quick 10-minute video, then I believe more people would start paying attention. I mean, be real. Did you guys know the first Q Series just went down? And if you did, were you going to watch? From the views in the past, I know that coverage isn't always the most popular for these events. Makes sense too, when most players are unknown and there isn't much of a story being told. Now that completely changes when we recap not only the event, but the point standings as the year goes on to draw up the excitement. I feel like most fans don't even know what the hell the Q Series is, and frankly, that's because there's no real coverage to explain. I'm seriously worried the same thing is going to happen with this new match play series, because from what I can find, it's only going to be live on DGN. And even if it does get post-produced, not sure how the thought process can be this will change the game and attract new people while continuing to provide the exact same coverage. You guys do realize that changing the format isn't going to all of a sudden bring new eyes. There needs to be a change in how the event is covered to create storylines that can be easily followed and understand from even the most casual of fans. Who knows, maybe I'm the one who's lost. But at least we're not the ones doing the same thing for years expecting change. That's called being insane. You know what? Actually, they stopped us from being at the events providing extra coverage to inform fans, so I guess that is a change. And that's everything you need to know from the weekend. Make sure to check out Go Throw's coverage, Ace Run, and the rest that'll come out one day, probably. This week is the start of match play and the Music City Open, so hit that subscribe button to not miss out. Huge thank you to everyone supporting over on the Patreon. You guys are truly the best. If you want more exclusive, unfiltered disc golf content, head over there.